Welcome back to the YouTube channel, you guys. My energy is really balanced right now, and I want to tell you guys something. In today's time and current energy that the world is pushing into you, into your physical being, it's really fight or flight energy. It's really fear-based energy. So it's your job to check into your own self and to center yourself. And breathing in 3 times will literally help you get balanced and feel centered in your own energy. Because without a strong foundation, energetically, physically, mentally, spiritually, our energy seems to be scattered and everywhere at all at once. So you really want to dial back into God's energy, strong energy, right? That balanced frequency where you're not responding to life in a negative way, or shall I say reacting to life. Because when you react to life, it's really a quick action. It's not well thought out at all. And so when you allow yourself the time and the chance to relax and flow with the energy around you, right? And build a boundary, like a stronger force field around you to allow the negative energy to like ricochet off of you. That is you breathing. That is you setting the stage for that experience to take place. Because if we move about in this world based off what we see on the outside of us, we will go crazy. We will experience some form of psychotic breakdown. And I don't know who I'm talking to, but every one of us are human beings, but also we are spiritual beings ultimately. Ultimately, we are spiritual beings ultimately. So you want to ground yourself and ground your life and ground your experiences and ground your energy, right? In positivity, in lighthearted energy, in love energy. And I'm saying love energy because a lot of us lose sight of love, unconditional love, that love that is lighthearted, that love that will lift you up instead of push you down in an instance in an experience of already feeling heavy, right? We already walk around feeling heavy, feeling like we got the weight of the world on our shoulders. So imagine life, living life and experiencing life without the heaviness. We can lighten our own selves up due to the mind and due to the way we think and due to the way we feel into things and due to what we are allowing to be poured into our being. Because when you allow anything to be poured into you, you're going to watch what you want to watch. You're going to listen to what you want to listen to. You're going to eat what you want to eat, right? And you're going to allow yourself to become and morph into this thing that you probably don't even know that you're becoming. Becoming more tapped in and more conscious of the state of life that you're living and being willing to go with the ebb and flow of life. You literally move with the up and down of life, because this is real life. Life is always happening for us. Ultimately, it's never happening to us. The moment we decide to move outside of the mindset and the energetic frequency that we operate in, and we begin to look at how we're living our life, what are we doing every single day to induce great experiences, right? Or what are we doing every single day to lessen those experiences? Because it's what we do daily that literally that can change our life for the better or change our life for the worse. It's really up to us. We're given choices every single day, also known as free will, every single day, to do what makes us feel good or continue to do what makes us feel bad. The sad thing is a lot of us is not conscious enough to know that we are contributing greatly to our own life experiences on the screen of our life. We are contributing greatly to our own reality. Our own reality, and that's a hard pill to swallow for most of us because we don't know that we're living on autopilot. We don't know that we're coexisting with the energies around us on autopilot. You are a vibration. You are a vibrational frequency. And it's up to you to know that you are a vibrational frequency, vibrating at a high vibration or vibrating at a low vibration. And in order for you to know what you're vibrating at, what your volume is set on, as far as your vibrational frequency go, it's up to you to find out what kind of habits you have. Pay attention to your habits. Are your habits something that makes you happy? Or are your habits something that makes you sad? Or are your habits happening without you being aware that they're happening? And that is us living on autopilot, simply put. Living on autopilot, allowing something outside of us, exterior to who we are, to control our each and every day, our thought process, our habits, our mind. Something is distracting us. And it's always going to be there. But you always have choice to get stronger in the midst of all of that energy by dialing into yourself, taking those 3 deep breaths. Taking those 3 deep breaths, allowing your energy to balance itself naturally. Do you know that when you breathe in and out, you are releasing energy and you are also allowing your stress hormones to lessen? That is so important. None of us really pay attention to how our body is really cooperating with the energy around us, how our body is really ignoring the thing that we should be paying attention to. You can't know it if you're not paying attention to it. You can't pay attention to it if you're distracted. This is why it's important to breathe. Unplug from the matrix, baby, and breathe. It's a challenge, but when you get used to it, your body automatically tells you it's time to breathe. And this is the time right now. Like, making breathing a specific part of your day will change your stress, will change your stress levels. I'm serious. Allowing yourself to not be stubborn, because you know we stubborn. I'm guilty of it. I am guilty of being stubborn, believe it or not. And I'm a Taurus, so naturally I'm stubborn. But I also know how to get unstubborn just because of what I've already experienced. Showing resistance is also creating more stress. I want happy feeling. I want good emotion. I want positive emotion. I want positive feeling alongside the negative feeling. I need both of those to coexist in this world. You know, literally. Me knowing that I have to judge a situation is my masculinity. Me knowing that I have to be compassionate, especially with myself, and also dealing with experiences, I have to operate in my femininity. This is what we all are supposed to really operate in. No one is supposed to be so uptight and so like, I don't cry. I can't, getting sad. What? I don't get sad. Instead, you're processing it by pushing away thoughtful things and things to really put in your everyday life and put in your everyday thought process to keep you going, to keep you vibrating higher than vibrating lower, because there's so many things in this earthly plane, on this earthly plane, that is sent to kill, steal, and destroy our happy experiences. This is just the truth. But it's up to you. You are a spiritual being and a physical being. But it's up to you. It's up to you to tap into your superpower. It's up to you to tap into your supernatural ability to understand that life is supposed to be lived in a dualistic way. Life is supposed to be lived in a dualistic way. That means I am allowing myself to relax in the energy of positivity and also in the energy of negativity, but not allowing negativity to control. It's there because it's always going to be there. You want to be able to operate in both because you don't want to do too much of each. You don't want to be too much positive because you're not going to be able to deal with the negative. You don't want to be too negative because you're not going to be able to be lighthearted with the positive or accept and receive being vulnerable. You act hardcore, that's masculine energy. I'm just saying, when you act in your queenness and you live in your queenness and you operate in your queenness, that is allowing yourself to receive the energy of honoring me being a queen and me being a empress and me being a goddess. That's that gracious energy. That's that great grace, gracious. I'm a walking grace. I'm a talking grace. I'm a speaking love because I love you, right? I'm gonna deal with the situation with love. If the situation rubbed me the wrong way and I have to take 10 steps back to move 10 steps forward in the relationship or in the experience, whatever that experience is, you know what it is. That's what you have to do in that moment. And so when you're balanced in your mind and your heart and your soul, all the things is working in unison because after all, everything is connected. You are allowing yourself, you are allowing yourself to be able to operate on any one of those modalities, whether you have to show up, right? Because sometimes life needs that experience too. I think I said it in my last video. And sometimes you have to know when to reel that in and sit with it and relax and just not allow your experience to make you act out. Having that much self-control, because ultimately self-control is a thing. We just pay it no mind because we think part of being authentic is being mean. Part of being authentic is saying things to cut like a knife and not really finding your balance in that moment to say things in another different way. Because let me tell you, my mother always say to me, you can skin a chicken in multiple different ways. I think that's what she said. No, there's more ways. She just said there's more ways to skin. There's more ways to do one thing if you really think about it before you act out. And it is. It's more ways to do one thing if if you're willing to do the multiple thought processes to get to that one thing that works for everybody involved, not just for you. Right? Because we act out. We don't think about the other party. We just think about ourselves and what needs to be done. I have literally came a long way and far away from being hateful, being mean, being aggravated. And honestly, I don't think God created me to be that way. Because when I'm that way, I literally receive instant karma. So I know I have to walk with God because God is always walking with me, always with me. And in fact, he or she is speaking through me to you guys right now because after all, we are vessels for God, whether you want to accept it or reject it. Seriously, I receive it, baby. I receive it. Because why not? Why not? And so, understanding that life only happens to you, only happens for you and never happens to you, is you re-identifying with the process of everything that ever occurred in your life. So you have the opportunity to look at things in a broader perspective with a higher meaning, right? And you derive at a higher meaning and you take away from that experience something that will serve you in your everyday life. Instead of taking away from it a victim mindset. That person hurt me and that is the cause of my pain right now. They are the reason for whatever you had to experience after the turmoil. They're the reason. Ultimately, those type of painful experiences shows up in our life to teach us a lesson. I think I said this in my last video. Those type of experiences shows up in our life to teach us a lesson. Those are the experiences that we must be grateful for. And I'm smiling because I got heartbroken. I was heartbroken more than once in my life. And it's not an I thing, it's a us thing. Because everything is connected. And I just want to say thank you to the people who broke my heart, to the man who I last was with. He bought me this $5,000 ring for my finger. Beautiful ring, too. It was beautiful. I might just put a picture. If you see it up here, you see it up here. If you don't, you don't. But I'm telling you, he bought me this beautiful $5,000 ring, and I was just like, yes, this is my person. This is my person. We about to make it. We about to support each other. We about to take care of each other. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like up high up on the horse, like with this man, like, you know. And I had to. He really, him treating me how he treated me. It brought me down some sizes. It brought me down some notches, and I instantly knew that that's not the person I'm supposed to marry. But I wanted it so bad, I was just going along with the flow. But I'm glad I stayed and stuck it out for those 2 years I did, because he taught me how to value myself. He taught me how to value myself, like getting me anything I wanted, taking care of me from the head to the toe, anything I needed, anything I wanted. He provided anything for me. When I tell you anything for me, I had it. It was always a yes, yes, here, 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 here. And I've learned that you're not supposed to operate in a relationship like that. You're supposed to have off switch. You're not supposed to take, 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 take. But he was just making me feel like, babe, this is for you. I want you to know that. Come on, let's get this thing moving. But in the midst of turmoil, there is no growth that can happen if you are in the midst of still learning some things, and he's in the midst of learning some things, which I open myself up to. But loyalty was not part of the relationship, especially on his behalf. Loyalty, honesty, respect, um, loyalty, honesty, respect, and acceptance and communication, all is like a strong, deep rooted core relationship thing that has to happen in a relationship in order for a relationship to move smoothly, in order for a relationship to grow and evolve, and it just couldn't happen in the midst of it. Couldn't happen with me, especially with somebody I couldn't trust. Like, I'm trying to focus on all this other amazing things, and you got this individual that is not feeding the fuel. He's feeding me financially, yeah, but he's not doing action steps with me to make sure we implement certain things. Is when I tell you a team is a team, but when it's not balanced, there is so many entities and spiritual things and spiritual battles that take place when two people are not evenly yoked, and y'all both have the heart and the eyes to go further, but one person just speaking it and the other person is implementing it. Takes two people. God will instantly separate both people from each other if it's not in alignment with, if it's not balanced and it's not in alignment with him or her. And this is what I'm learning. This is why I'm on a sabbatical. And I'm literally taking one day at a time, healing myself from whatever I went through, whoever I was with, dated. Because my longest relationships was my daughter's father, my son's father, and this last guy I was with. And so that's the last guy I was with. And before I got with him, I was celibate for a year and a half. And here I am now, going on another year. Next month will be a year. And I'm telling you, in the experience of being celibate, it gives you time to learn how to respect yourself. It gives you time to learn how to put up boundaries. And it gives you time to learn what you are worth. Like, our value is literally set upon how people treat us in relationships. I don't care who the relationship is. Relationship, family, relationship, love, partner, whoever. And I'm telling you, it is so important to allow yourself to focus more on yourself when you get your heart broke. And if you can, some of us not strong